Buenas tardes, Bruno Perón aquí saludándolos desde Vancouver, Canadá. Pues como pueden ver, aquí en Canadá ya llegó la temporada de otoño y es una temporada hermosa, llena de colores. Y en Class Education es el inicio de nuestra gran temporada de descuentos de otoño 2021. Eso significa para ustedes que tendrán acceso a las mejores promociones con las mejores escuelas, becas, promociones exclusivas, descuentos, precios 2021, aunque vayan a estudiar en 2022. Así que es un momento para apartar su lugar. Regístrense en esta página, dejando sus datos. Estaremos en contacto con ustedes para compartirles los descuentos. Y yo espero verlos muy pronto en Canadá.
Hi, my name's Charlotte Reed. I'm the college director and principal at Fraser International College. Can you believe it? The next semester is just around the corner. We are really excited and we've been exploring campus, having fun, laughing along the way. So today we wanted to take you with us, show you some of our favorite spots on campus. So let's go.
Hi everyone, I'm Hamoon Babachai, the Associate Director of Students at Fraser International College. I'm standing here in our beautiful building on the SFU campus, which is located on the unceded traditional Coast Salish lands, including the Tsleil-Waututh, Coquitlam, Squamish, and Musqueam nations. Here at FIC, you will meet your classmates, build connections, and kickstart your university journey.
Hi, I'm Dina. I'm part of the Student Experience team at FIC. Welcome and welcome back to FIC in the SFU campus. I'm standing here at the SFU Cornerstone Plaza. This is a great place to grab your lunch or to just hang out with your friends. This is definitely one of my favorite spots on campus as it has a lot of food options.
Hey, I'm Jess, and behind me is the Trotty Observatory at SFU, a cool space on campus for you to come and learn more about science education and astronomy. Even if it's not your field of study, it's a good place to just enjoy and experience. See you around!
Hi, I'm Amana.
And I'm Yanzi. Right now we're standing at the top of the stairs of Academic Quadrangle. Behind us is the Sfu Convocation Mall where graduation takes place.
It's a great place to hang out with our friends throughout the year, and also a lot of SFU events take place here.
See you soon!
My name is Jacinda, and this is the Student Union Building on SFU Burnaby campus. There's tons of stuff to do around here, including a nap room, a game room, community kitchen, and so much more.
I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Ebru. We're at the SFU Library today. This is going to be a frequent stop for you to study, borrow books, and learn how to do research.
You can book study rooms for your research projects and attend academic workshops here. We're excited to meet you.
Hi everyone, I'm Michaela. I'm here today at the AQ Reflecting Pond on SFU campus. This is one of the nicest locations on campus to take a break or to study. For any other sci-fi nerds out there like me, it's also a popular filming location for television series and movies like The X-Files and Battlestar Galactica. See you on campus!
Hi everyone, my name is Vinky. I'm at the SFU Makerspace. Here, students have access to 3D printer, 3D scanner, also laser cutter, also the VR studio in here. If this is related to your area of interest, please come and check it out.
Hi everyone, welcome to Canada and welcome to FIC. I'm Nadina and I'm standing in front of SFU's Museum of Archaeology and Ethnology. And if you're a museum geek like me and interested in culture, history, and anthropology, this is definitely a place you want to check out. I also want you to remember that we at FIC are here to support your learning, but we're also here to support you emotionally, mentally, and socially. Look forward to meeting you.
Hello everyone, I'm Stephen and I'm a member of the Academic Success team at FIC. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to a very popular spot for students to gather. This is the Rotunda Rooftop. Being centrally located, this is a great place for you to hang out with friends, to find a quiet place to study, or check out the views of SFU and surrounding Metro Vancouver. Voted as one of the top spots for taking selfies on campus, I highly recommend that you take the time to check it out. See you soon on campus.
Hi, I'm Megan and I'm here at Terry Fox Field at SFU. Here you'll find a ton of sporting events and intramurals that you can participate in, including Quidditch if you're a fellow Harry Potter fan. If you'd prefer to spectate, you can also hang out at SFU's brand new stadium outside. In behind the stadium, you'll also find a gym, a fitness center, a pool, even a climbing wall, so you'll never run out of fun things to participate in.
Hi everyone, my name is Talha.
Hi everyone, my name is Erin. We're super excited to see you all on campus.
Our university experiences have been extremely rewarding, and we cannot wait for you to have a similar experience here.
Also, stay tuned for the fun, whistle welcome activities happening very soon. And
make sure to bring all your excitement and enthusiasm to make a lot of friends here at FIC.
Welcome to FIC!
Class Education presenta un espacio que te brinda información de valor referente a la amplia gama de programas y beneficios de estudiar en Canadá para que tomes la mejor decisión. Class TV. Queda con ustedes nuestro anfitrión, Bruno Perrón.
Muy buenas noches a todos. Bruno Perrón, otra vez saludándolos aquí desde Vancouver, Canadá. Me da gusto saludarlos hoy, martes 2 de noviembre. Espero que hayan tenido un muy buen puente, buenos festejos para Halloween y Día de los Muertos, una hermosa tradición mexicana. El día de hoy, como es costumbre, vamos a estar con una institución canadiense que se llama FIC, que es parte de Fraser University, también conocido como SFU. Una gran institución canadiense, entonces quiero comentarles sobre eso, pero como es costumbre, antes de empezar, quiero decirles que estamos en vivo. Bueno, primero hablaremos de los descuentos de otoño, porque tenemos una gran campaña que estamos corriendo ahorita desde el 15 de octubre hasta el 15 de noviembre, que es nuestra campaña especial de descuentos de otoño 2021. Es una oportunidad donde pueden como nunca, juntar descuentos. Tenemos descuentos de hasta 40% en programas de idiomas, 30% en programas de estudio y trabajo, descuento del 50% en la gestión de su visa de estudio y trabajo. También tenemos descuento especial de los coaching fees de clase del 50%, y cada escuela participando también está ofreciendo diferentes descuentos. Entonces, la verdad que es una gran oportunidad donde pueden juntar todos esos documentos, acumularlos y aprovechar, ¿no? Para ya programar sus estudios, aunque sea para 2022. Si se registran con nosotros, podrán congelar estos descuentos, aunque vayan estudiando en el 2022. Entonces, aprovechan, es momento para apoyarlos, para iniciar este proyecto. Van a la página que aparece abajo, dice classcanadadays.classeducation.com, classcanadadays.classeducation.com. Ahí aparece la dirección abajo de su pantalla, y allá se registran y quedan congelando los descuentos tanto de clase como de las escuelas para ustedes. ¿Ok? Entonces aprovechan eso, quedan 13 días de esta promoción, entonces es momento de hacerlo, y lo hacemos también para que vayan programándose temprano, porque les digo, Canadá está siendo víctima de su propio éxito. Las instituciones canadienses, como nunca, más que nunca este año, se van a llenar y los espacios se van a ir, los espacios se van a ir cerrando. Entonces, por eso queremos estimularlo a que la gente vaya registrándose con más anticipación para que puedan asegurar un espacio. ¿Ok? Muy bien. Entonces, vamos a hablar un poco más adelante de esta campaña de descuentos que estamos haciendo. Les recuerdo que en este momento estamos en vivo en Facebook Live, en YouTube y también en LinkedIn. Y los que nos están escuchando, les pedirá que nos ponen una sonrisa, los que son aquí con nosotros por primera vez, y los que son fieles seguidores, que nos ponen un corazoncito para que vayamos viendo quién es quién y quién nos está siguiendo y quién son nuevos para nuestro conocimiento. Y también aprovechan que están en las redes, que nos ponen un like, un suscribir y un compartir, inclusive, para que llegamos a más gente cada vez que hacemos estos episodios de Class Education TV los jueves y los martes. Y ya, entonces, como les decía, pues el día de hoy vamos a estar con una escuela, pero antes de presentarles las escuelas, les quiero comentar rápidamente, por la gente que no nos conocen, quién es Class Education. Somos una empresa orgullosamente canadiense. Tenemos ya más de 27 años en el ramo de la educación en el extranjero. Somos la empresa número 1 que se dedica a la promoción de la educación superior en Canadá y a apoyar a la gente que desea estudiar en Canadá. Somos afiliados con varios organismos, tanto nacional en México como internacional, que rigen la industria de estudios en el extranjero. También somos miembros de la Cámara de Comercio canadiense. Trabajamos con la sección migratoria de la Embajada de Canadá en México, quienes nos entrenan en asuntos migratorios, y también parte de AMTE, que es la Asociación Mexicana de Turismo Educativo. Y como empresa ofrecemos los siguientes servicios que aparecen del lado derecho de su pantalla, que es la consultoría educativa, es decir, ayudarlos a encontrar la mejor institución y el mejor programa que mejor se acuada a sus necesidades. Hacemos todos los procesos de inscripción o registros, como lo llamamos, la parte de seguros médicos, que es una parte obligatoria, alojamiento a su llegado a Canadá, trámites de visa de estudio y también de trabajo, si su programa aplica para eso, recepción en el aeropuerto, traducción de documentos, revalidación de estudios, al fin, hacemos todo lo que uno necesita hacer para irse a estudiar en Canadá, inclusive en tiempo de pandemia, con todos los requisitos que uno necesita para viajar. Entonces, Class Education les acompaña, les guía y les acompaña a lo largo de este proyecto hasta que después que estén aquí en Canadá, ya estudiando, quizás obviamente también trabajando, si su permiso lo permite, si su programa lo permite, perdón, y también en su proceso migratorio, si así lo desean. ¿Ok? Entonces, es un lugar que es en un solo lugar, con Class Education pueden ver todos los servicios sin tener que ir a trabajar con terceros para esos servicios. ¿Ok? Entonces, somos quien ofrece estos espacios informativos cada semana, cada martes y jueves. Les quiero comentar antes de iniciar la entrevista con la escuela de hoy, los 7 puntos de la clase de hoy son los siguientes. Empezamos. El punto número 1 es, a ver si está cambiando la pantalla, la mía no cambia todavía, es la institución pública, es una institución pública ubicada en Vancouver, British Columbia, es la universidad comprensiva número 1 en Canadá, ranqueada desde ya varios años, que es un ranqueo muy, muy importante. Fraser International College, también conocido como FIC, es el pathway para la Universidad de Simon Fraser University, SFU, proporciona los cursos de primer año para la transición a la Universidad SFU y obtener su licenciatura de 4 años, una de las universidades más prestigiosas del país. 9 de cada 10 estudiantes consiguen empleo en los primeros 6 meses posterior a su graduación en SFU, entonces eso también dice mucho sobre la calidad de sus programas. Ofrece FIC 2 programas principales, el University Transfer Program 1 y el University Transfer Program 2. Y vamos a hablar más a fondo de eso en un momento más. Áreas de estudios en la universidad como Foundation, Arts and Social Science, Business Administration, Communication, Arts and Technology, Communication and Business, Computer y varios otros. Y varios de sus programas ofrecen la opción de co-op remunerado por las empresas. Punto número 6, opción de doble titulación, es decir, carrera más carrera técnica en el mismo tiempo de estudios de 4 años y por el mismo costo también, cosa que vamos a hablar más adelante. Y séptimo punto, y también muy importante, el 100% de sus programas son elegibles al famoso Postgraduate Work Permit, que es el permiso laboral que ofrece el gobierno canadiense a todos los graduados al graduarse de su programa de mínimo 2 años en Canadá, que es válido hasta por 3 años. ¿Ok? Entonces, esos son los puntos que yo les quería anticipar para que vean con quién estamos hablando hoy. Estamos hablando con FIC SFU, que es una asociación entre 2 instituciones. Y si están listos, pues agarran sus plumas y sus papeles porque en 2 segundos más empezamos. Muy bien, listos para empezar. Entonces, hoy mi invitada habla español, pero no tanto como quisiera. Entonces, vamos a hacer la entrevista en inglés. Entonces, a ver si está conectada. Les quiero presentar a Izara. Izara, are you there?
Yes. Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you. Let's see how good your Spanish is, or how you can say hi to everyone from Mexico, since you just came back from Mexico, right?
Oh, yes. I came 2 weeks ago. Hi, everyone, once again. I would love to one day to speak in public in Spanish. I love Spanish. I was in love with Spanish language here in Vancouver. So my name is Sajara. So I came back 2 weeks ago from my vacation from Mexico. I explored 5 cities in 2 weeks, and I was able to practice my Spanish. So it was a great experience, and I love the culture and I love the food. Food is amazing. There is lots of choices of food that you can try. It's fantastic, I would say.
Great. Happy to hear you had a great time in Mexico. Mexico is an amazing country for that, and its people as well. So anyway, so as Izara, you are in Vancouver. You are at FIC headquarters in Vancouver. So a lot of people, I'm sure, that are listening to us may have heard of FIC, may have heard of SFU, but tell us, maybe to begin with, tell us quickly who SFU is, because SFU is one of the most prestigious university in Canada. I did say in the introduction that it's the #1 comprehensive university. So we need to know what that is. What is a comprehensive university? So tell us about that, and tell us about the special relationship between FIC and SFU, because I think that's key for people to understand why FIC is a great way to start their studies in Canada and eventually end up in SFU.
Of course, sounds good. So I know that you kind of already heard about the amazing ranking, but let me try to say what is SFU, what is FIC from my words, as I have experienced that myself. So I will try to provide you the information that maybe you cannot find on the internet, what exactly it means. So the first one, SFU, it's a public university that you need to focus. Public university, one of the top universities in Canada and 1% in the worldwide as a top university. So if you'd like to study in a top prestigious university, then SFU is your choice, that I would like to say. Second one is #1 comprehensive university. So you can write it down. There is a Maclean's magazine. They divide universities in Canada in 3 different categories. So one of them is comprehensive. So it means SFU has all the program for the bachelor, master, and PhD programs. And SFU is doing lots of different research. So let's say, as an example, you're sitting in the classroom, you will be taught by the instructors who achieved something in their industry. So it means they're expert in what they do, and they have published so many articles. For example, there is another thing that recently I think it hasn't been published anywhere. So one of our professors who teaches English literature, he published the book. So right now in one of the Canadian channels, Ed Sheeran, I guess most of the people know here, so he is actually reading his book. So in a live in the TV, so he's reading his book. I think it's amazing. So one of our professors who wrote the book. Another one, recently one of the students told me they chose the SFU because they found the article by one of the professors who teach at SFU. It's about the eco products. When you see this kind of amazing things, you see, wow, that's amazing, that's impressive, because nowadays younger generation would like to learn. So this is a comprehensive means. Another thing that would like to focus that the relationship between FIC and SFU. So just to start, maybe I know sometimes some letter is not making the sense. SFU is already standing Simon Fraser University. Many people know around the world. You don't need to explain that you studied at SFU. For example, you'll go to the Europe. People say, oh, I studied SFU, I'm studying at SFU. They will know that it's located in Vancouver. So you don't need to explain. So right now I would like to explain about FIC. Now you already heard from Bruna, from myself, FIC. FIC stands for Fraser International College. So what we do here? So in the first year, we do provide that community support, the family support for international students only. So you receive that exclusive support in your first year, and after that, you'll have a smooth transfer in your second year. So you're not losing the time. You're studying your first year of university at the FIC. Let's provide example. I love with the examples, because when you study, imagine you come here to overseas. You're from Mexico, let's say from Mexico City, you arrive to Vancouver. It's your first day, you don't know anyone, right? So it's a little bit hard to adapt. So what we do at FIC, before you start your classes, we do have the WhatsApp group or Telegram group where you can meet people before starting your classes. It's the first one. Let's say if you're shy, if you don't want to interact with anyone before coming to Canada, then in that case, what you can do, you come to school. We have orientation that we recommend to all the students to attend. And our goal is at least to make sure every single student will have one friend to interact. It can be from Mexico, it can be from different parts of the world.
No.
That's the friendship is the best part that you can make at FIC. So that way your adaptation will be smooth and enjoyable. Trust me, I went through that. I can say the friendship that will create, it will be your lifelong friends, because it's so important to find the home far away from home.
True.
I guess this is 3 points. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say, you studied at FIC yourself. You're from Eastern Europe, or is it part of Asia, or is it Eastern Europe?
Eastern Europe, yes.
Eastern Europe, right? And then, and you studied, and now you went to a wedding in Mexico with your ex friend from that you met at FIC, and you have other friends from Mexico and in other parts of the world that study with you there, and you created quite a big bond there because you even were invited to the wedding, right? So
yes,
so that's a good example of that. Also, I think the FIC classrooms are quite a bit smaller than what a normal university would usually offer as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. For example, in SFU, one classroom, mostly if you're studying in the main campus, it's 300 students. Imagine that you enter the class of 300. You say, oh, it's so cool. It's amazing. I love the atmosphere. But when it's your first year, maybe your English is good, but then still you're shy to speak, or you don't know anyone. So in FIC, what we provide, 35 students in every single classroom. The teachers who teach at FIC and SFU, they are the same. So all of our courses are approved by SFU. So you're not losing anything. In terms, you're receiving more personalized approach from the instructors, from the professors.
Okay, and but at the same time, the FIC campus is inside SFU, right? So you are an integral student of the SFU campus. You have access to all the different service that, the library, the gyms, and let me tell you, SFU has how many students? 50,000 students?
Yes, so it's including the master, so 35,000 students, I would say.
Okay, so 35 full-time and some other that are, in part-time or whatever. But it's a huge campus and it's got amazing facilities. And as an FIC student, you are just like an SFU student, so you have access to all these facilities, including, and that's a question, including residents?
Yes, including the residents. Let me share one of the photos that I love. I know even that photo cannot explain the beauty.
Yeah, and it's on top of a mountain, just outside of Vancouver, 30 minutes from Vancouver, on top of a mountain. And from SFU, you can see all what we call the greater Vancouver area, metropolitan area, or the lower mainland. And so you can see all. It's a beautiful view from there. Yeah, please do share your screen so we can see that.
Yes. So this is the main campus. Yes. What you see on the photo, actually it is. So it's a main campus, as if you have 3 campuses, the main ones. So this is in Burnaby. As Bruno mentioned, you can go with one public transport to the heart of downtown. So downtown, as you know, in North America, like the city, it's like quite small. So it's downtown area. So this is the Burnaby one, and we have in Surrey, so 3 campuses. But this one is the most beautiful. In summertime, it's like you can spend outside, studying outside. So you can have all the facilities that you needed on top of the mountain, and residence as well. So you can live in a residence. After living first year, maybe in residence, if you want to rent out the apartment, you can rent out the apartment areas on top of the mountain. So basically, you can live 4 years of your student life on top of the mountain.
Right. It's a little city on top of the mountain, dominated by SFU buildings, but also SFU residents, and there's also normal people living there as well. So there's lots of apartments and lots of opportunities to live on the mountain, where you can actually walk to school, literally. You can also rent your own apartment. Maybe after you've been here a little while, then you go see what the options are. And we also offer homestay opportunities if you wish. You can live on the mountain or down from the mountain, which is part of Burnaby. Burnaby is the first municipality outside of Vancouver. It's like Satellite with Mexico City, right? So it's just on the outskirts of the city. And but it is a stunning building.
Let me share one thing as well. So FIC is located on top of the mountain as well, on the campus. So for the students who don't want to walk from their residence to the FIC 15 to 20 minutes, let's say, we have shuttle bus. So if you don't want to walk, you can take shuttle bus on top of the campus, on top of the mountain. So that's one of the things that students loves it. Sometimes, I guess, new generation.
Well, sometimes it's raining too, right? So you want to,
yes,
you have access to a bus. Yeah. Okay, very good. Now, Azara, let's talk about the different program. We talk about the two main programs that you offer, University Transfer 1 and University Transfer 2. Let's talk about that. Let's see which program applies to whom, so we can see what would be best suited for our students.
Yes.
Or while you get this ready, we have a survey that I'd like to launch on this episode. Tenemos una encuesta. Yo quisiera que nos digan la gente que nos está viendo, a ver si podemos empezar a compartir la encuesta. Queremos saber quién nos está escuchando y sobre todo cuáles son sus motivos para escucharnos el día de hoy. Hay 4 opciones. Uno, que están aquí para información, es su primera vez. No saben muy bien por qué están aquí, pero les interesa la opción de estudiar en Canadá, entonces están escuchando. El segundo es gente que ya quiere estudiar en Canadá para mejorar su perfil profesional. La tercera opción es que gente han escuchado que a través de estudios en Canadá pueden estudiar, trabajar y pueden lograr la residencia permanente en Canadá y quieren más información. Y la opción número 4 es gente que ya tomaron la decisión y ya saben de la información y están viendo simplemente con quién lo van a hacer. Están viendo en qué institución van a hacer sus estudios o en qué programa lo van a hacer. Entonces son las 4 opciones. Si son nuevecitos en eso, o quieren mejorar su educación para mejorar su perfil profesional, para igual regresar a México. La opción 3, saben del poder lograr la residencia a través de estudios en Canadá y quieren más información. O la 4, ya saben de esos programas, nos han escuchado antes quizás y ya han tomado la decisión, nada más falta ir viendo con quién lo van a hacer o en qué institución lo van a hacer. ¿Ok? Muy bien, entonces vamos en 67% gente que han escuchado de esos programas y quieren saber más información. Entonces están en el lugar adecuado para eso. Y los demás pues ya siguen votando si gustan y nosotros ya iremos viendo el resultado de esta encuesta. ¿Ok? 75, okay, so 75-25. We had people answering the survey. About 75% of the people know about these programs where one can study and work at the same time while in Canada, while studying at the post-secondary level, and that after that they can have their 3 years work permit in Canada and eventually possibly also immigrate through these programs. So 75% of them knew about these programs. They are curious about this program and they wanted to find out more. So this is the perfect place for that. So let's make sure we talk about this during our interview with you today, Azara. Now that we've talked about the special relationship between SFU and FIC and why the raison d'être, as we say in French, of FIC, let's talk about your programs. Let's talk about the 2 programs that you offer that are pathways to SFU, please.
Yes, definitely. So as you mentioned that we can talk about it later, but right now I'm sharing my screen. To see the programs, right? So let's talk in the practice. So technically, most of our students, they start their journey from the year 2 or equivalent. So most of your finishing your high schools, or right now you're in a high school, so you're finishing. So after that, most of our students will be going to the UTP stage 2, which is equivalent to the first year of your degree, as I already mentioned before, so you're not losing anything. After that, you will be transferring second, third, fourth, and you will receive your bachelor degree from SFU, from top university. For another program, if you're studying year 11 or equivalent, or sometimes year 12, then depending on your grade, so our admissions team have to evaluate. So it's a foundation program, which is 2 semesters only, that will prepare you for the university program for the first year. So mainly, all our students, they start from UTP stage 2, either foundation program. That's why if you're not sure, if you're finishing high school, please talk to class education, book one-on-one call. They will help you, they will assist you to evaluate your grades. After that, they will be contacting with our admissions team. We'll be talking about application for a little bit later, but application is easy. That's why please book a one-on-one. It's better to do in advance, I would say. I will tell you after why it is important to do it in advance. So what kind of benefits you will receive? So when you apply to the UTP stage 2, you will receive letter of offer for 4 years right away. 1 year from FIC, 3 years from SFU. So in total, you'll receive for your first degree, second, third, and fourth year SFU. And as I mentioned, our class will be small, 35 students in every single classroom, and more personalized approach, and teachers will be the same, and you can use all the facilities that we have at SFU while you're studying your first year at FIC.
I would say, would you agree that it's quite hard to get into SFU in a first year, and it's a lot easier to get into FIC than into SFU? Would you agree to that statement?
Yes. Let me explain more about it, why I support that. So if you've been working hard, if your English is great, so if you scored good in IELTS score, for example, yes, you can apply for the first year of SFU directly, but you have to plan in advance. You have to plan in advance, but you're not sure if you will be accepted or not. So let's say when you apply to FIC, you will receive your letter of offer within 2 business days, which is 48 hours. So it means you don't need to wait for that extra stress. So ask yourself, what is my main goal? If your main goal is to finish, to receive your bachelor degree from top university, why do you have to wait for additional a year or additional few months in order to get accepted, while you can start your journey and enjoy your student life? That's why I do recommend to apply as soon as possible. As I said it before, you will receive your offer within 48 hours. After that, you can really breathe again. It's like, yes, I have an offer, and you can celebrate it, and you can focus on your grades while you're studying, while you're completing your high school. That's why I do agree with you, Bruno.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I think also the smaller classroom makes it easier for someone that goes from high school, let's say, or from a different country, to get into a smaller classroom, more attention, you get better grades, and it'll be easier for you to get into SFU afterwards. And remember, SFU is one of the top universities in Canada. It's part of the top 1% universities in the world, right? So I think that says a lot about the opportunities here that we have with FIC, and that's just an easier transition into a Canadian university going through FIC in this case. And I think SFU recognizes that, and that's why they've allowed this relationship to form between SFU and FIC, because they know it prepares students better for their university.
Let me share a couple facts here. So the partnership that has been with FIC and SFU has been 15 years now. So SFU is supporting us. So in any event that we do, for example, let's say if you apply to us with class education, we will be inviting you for our webinars where you can attend it. For example, last week we had a webinar with SFU faculties. So it showed that how close we work together, because they do attend our webinars, we do attend theirs, because they know when international students come from FIC, the student, they well prepared, their grades better, they finish the degree, so they don't have the thing that they don't drop out. So if they set the goal to finish the university, so they do perform better, and the performance rate is very good.
Yeah, yeah. Muy bien. Les quiero comentar, aprovechan ahorita que tenemos un espacio, en un momento más vamos a tomar preguntas, pero los que tienen preguntas, si las quieren ir poniendo en el chat, adelante, por favor. Y también aprovechamos para que nos digan de dónde nos están escuchando, de qué ciudad, qué país, porque cada vez llegamos a más países de América Latina también, además de México. Pero sí, pónganos sus preguntas y vamos a empezar con preguntas en un momento más. Azara, I want to talk about a few other points, but I've got a good question here from Ruben Edmundo Robles Velázquez, who says, what information can you tell us about applying for a master's degree? Now, Ruben, we don't work with masters at SFU, simply because SFU doesn't have agreements with anyone else but themselves, to recruit at master's level. But we can certainly guide you through that. What else would you say to that, Azara?
Yes, definitely. If your goal is to get a master's degree, please contact with classification, as they can provide it depending on what kind of program do you want to study, right? And depending on which city, which program, what's your background. So please contact them, as they will be able to assist you. Sometimes, if I will say one option right now, maybe it won't be relevant to you or to other people. That's why for the master's degree or for the things that you're not certain, please contact the classification, and one of the sales manager will be happy to help you. Usually I prefer, I came through the sales manager as well many years ago. That's why it's very important to be in touch with them very closely.
You mean the agency, like classification?
Yes, agency, yes, of course.
But there's so much to consider, so many things to keep in mind, that if you just make one mistake, the whole thing could be sideways, So
yes.
Okay, so I want to talk some more about, questions are coming in, and thank you very much. Requirements and cost, because that's probably some of the questions that people are looking at. People are looking for masters, people are looking for postgrados, which is postgraduate degrees. But anyway, so we just answered that part of the questions. Let's talk about requirements to get into FIC, as well as cost per year.
Okay, for the requirements, we accept the students after the high school. And depending on the programs, right? So equivalent depending on your high school attestat. So you need to submit it to us, and your English, depending on your English level. So let's say you can apply to us. Ideally, we do recommend IELTS 6.5, but if your IELTS 5.5 or 6.0, so depending on which reading, writing, listening, so please submit it to us depending on your level of English. Our admissions team will be evaluating you. Of course, if you're planning of studying the program like engineering, then your high school transcript needs to be higher. You need to perform better. That's why we need to evaluate, since our admissions team will be reviewing your academic subjects, 4 subjects like math, chemistry, so depending on the program that you would like to study. Therefore, I think I would like to focus on the price for the year, and after that to talk about the program. So maybe if some of you can comment which program you're interested in, so we can talk a little bit more in detail depending on the program that you're going to study. Therefore, let me share my screen about the price, so it'll be easier to mention. So the price that you will see on your screen is showing the first one for the UTP stage 2, which is equivalent to the first year, as you guys remember. So to start with, we have 3 intakes per year. So it means You guys, if you're interested in, you can start in January, May, and September. So the price right now showing for the January and May intakes, and it's Canadian dollars, $31,579 for 1 year, which includes the 30 credits. In order to graduate from SFU, you need to complete 120 credits. If you will be eligible for the foundation, it will be $23,135. And depending additional support programs, it depends on your English level. What I do recommend, sometimes maybe you planning in advance. Let's say if you're applying for the May, if you're applying for September, if your English right now it's not that strong, still apply. Let's say if you'll be eligible only for the Cornerstone program, which is additional, it shows 8,982. But before your start of the classes, if you can provide better English score, then we'll change your program. So it means you don't have to pay that amount. So in that sense, we're a little bit flexible, but it needs to be done before. From the required additional payment will be medical insurance. It's no matter where you go, it's very important, especially when you're far from home, to have a medical insurance. So it's for 1 year, 746. Then student services. All the students who are studying in FIC, SFU, they pay student services. So here you see for 1 semester, $258.50 plus 129. In order to use all the facilities that SFU is offering to all of their students. So this is a fee. So when you apply, when you receive your letter of offer, you will receive invoice as well, how much you'll be charged for your first year.
So at the top there, it says 3 terms. That means it would be, for example, September to December, January to April, May to August?
Yes, that's correct.
So, because typically when we talk about a year of study, it's from September to December and January to April. But this is why it's a little bit more expensive. But it's based on 3 terms. It's based on 12 months consecutive. Can someone take the summer off, let's say the third semester off, and continue in September?
Yes, of course you can do that, but you will need to speak with a student success advising team. So we have the team who will be assisting you. You just need to inform them that you would like to take semester off and work maybe, or you want to go back home. So while you're taking the semester off, so you can work up to 48 hours, so it's like full time. But while you're studying, you can work up to 20 hours. So you need to let your student advising know.
Okay. So, para los que nos están escuchando, $31,000 suena quizás más alto de lo que los colleges, por ejemplo, ¿no? Pero si lo dividimos, porque eso son 12 meses. Los colleges, la mayoría de los costos están presentados para 2 semestres que son entre $17,000 y $19,000. Si dividimos esto entre 3, son como $10,000 por semestre, 10,500. Entonces, un año académico de septiembre a diciembre, enero a abril, sería $20,000. Entonces, es mucho más comparable con los colleges si lo comparamos de la misma manera, ¿no? Que son 2 semestres por año en lugar de 3. Porque el tercer semestre lo pueden hacer o pueden no hacerlo, lo pueden demorar para después y aprovechar este tiempo para trabajar tiempo completo en el verano, porque sí lo pueden hacer legalmente. ¿Ok? Muy bien. Okay, next steps. Okay, so let's go through the application process. As we know, all the application is done through Class Education. So we put together the documents, we send you these applications, and you have a very quick response time on that. You're on mute, Zara.
Thank you for letting me know. So as Bruno said, that it's very quick, 48 hours to business days. After that, you will be part of our community, right? So we will be organizing events where you can meet other students from other parts of the world. If you want, you can meet only Spanish speakers from Mexico, for example. Then you can build that friendship, right? before you start of the program. That's why we care about that small community that will help you. And in advance, we will organize the meeting with the student advisors, right? So before you start your program, you will know that what kind of support system we have, who is the student experience, what kind of volunteer program we have. And then also we'll be organizing couple sessions with the instructor. So before you start your program, you'll be getting some knowledge overview, how your faculty will look like, how the teachers teach their classrooms. Even right now online, right? Of course, we have the in-person option, but we do try to provide that option for the students to make your adaptation smooth. So because, for example, in my time, I didn't know all this information because I didn't ask. For example, that's why I promised myself I would like to help international students that help I wasn't able to receive. That's why it's been almost 8 years as I'm providing, as I'm doing this. That's why if you have any question, please write down and we'll be happy to answer them.
Right. We have quite a few questions already. We've taken some and we'll take some more. Okay. So you said you have 3 intakes. It's September, January, and May every year. Right now, the January intake is still open.
Yes, it's open.
Though the door is closing fast, there's still some time since you give very quick response. We still have time for January 2022. May intake would still be open at this point, and then September intake as well would be open. Quiero aprovechar si hay preguntas que vayan poniéndolos y lo vamos a ir tomando una por una. Hay varias preguntas sobre master's degree o posgrados. En este momento, Azara es parte de FIC. FIC solo da el primer nivel, el primer o el segundo año de FIC para entrar directamente a SFU. Entonces, ella no está en una capacidad de hablar de master's degree o posgrados en este momento. Eso nos pueden dejar sus datos y no lo podemos ir viendo con ustedes para SFU o para otras instituciones también en el país. Okay? Muy bien. Okay, so if I make a little recap of all the benefits of studying at FIC, from what I got from my notes listening to you, smaller classrooms, which gives more emphasis on the students, which gives better results for the students, better grades, and when you have better grades, you have better chances of getting into the university, the SFU afterwards. Much faster approval or letter of acceptance for you to receive your letter of acceptance. It's also a lot easier to get into FIC than to get into SFU directly. And that's a big opportunity to be able to get into SFU through the FIC door. I think it's a smart approach, and it's a much more secure entry into SFU. You're studying eventually, in the first year in FIC and afterwards in SFU, you would be studying in one of the top university in Canada, one of the top 1% university in the world, and then the number 1 university, comprehensive university in Canada, ranked like this for the last 4 or 5 years at least.
14 years. I think out of 14 years, SFU is number 1 for 13 years.
14 years. Okay, wow.
Out of 14, number 1, 13 years in a row.
Wow. So that says it all. Also, SFU is one of the few universities in the country that has co-op programs, and I'd like you to talk some more about that just in a second. And you'll be studying in Vancouver, one of the top, if not the top city in the world to live in, and the top country in the world, Canada. And also, if it wasn't enough, there's a city within SFU where you can live in the residence or an apartment very close to the university, walking distance, and they even have a shuttle if you need to. But these are the top benefits that I noted while you were talking. Tell us more about the co-op program at SFU, because that's a very unique thing. Universities usually don't have co-ops, and again, SFU has co-op opportunities. So tell us some more about that, Zara, please.
Yes, definitely. I'll be happy to share it about the co-op. So let me write in the comments, if you can, what do you know about co-op? Because I think sometimes when people hear the word co-op, they think it's unpaid job most of the time, with the practicum. So in British Columbia, in SFU, the co-op, it's paid.
Yeah.
So while you are studying, so you will take a break while you're doing co-op. So it means you're not studying, you're working full-time 40 hours. If you would like, you can take one course's exception, but it's not recommended. So you can do co-op for 3 semesters. Either you can do in a row, either you can do 1 semester co-op, study 1 semester, and then do again. So you can do 3 times. And you can do co-op in Vancouver, in Canada, and overseas. I know Bruno mentioned one of the greatest thing about the co-op at SFU. It's very popular. The co-op portion has been practicing over 40 years. SFU has 8 faculties, over 150 different programs. So no matter in which program you'll be studying, you can do co-op in any program. So we have the co-op department that will actually place you. So it's a paid, you will receive the salary for the work that you do. So maybe now you're thinking, why do I have to do co-op? From our experience, whenever students they do co-op, they have a high chances of receiving the job offer before they graduate.
Yeah.
For example, the student, let's say, working in a company for 8 months in a row, and the company, they love the student. They say, you know what, when are you graduating? And the student will reply, oh, I still have 2 semesters left. And the company could say to them, you know what, work for us part-time while you're studying, and after you graduate, come back and work for us. We're ready to help you with your PR. That's why it's very important to do co-op. Even it's important for yourself to find out what exactly you would like to do. For example, let's say if you're going to study in the Faculty of Business, and maybe it was your dream to work in the human resource, but then you did the co-op and you realize that it's not exactly how you imagined. Then in that case, you can try to change, maybe apply for the international relations, for example, or maybe marketing. Maybe marketing will be the thing that you'll be loved and passionate about. That's why co-op will help you to find what exactly you like. Because work, you'll spend out almost like 1/3 of your life. I think Bruno will agree on that. 1/3 of your life will be spending out working. And it's important to love what you do and to be able to work at any time. That's why co-op will help you to find exactly what you're passionate about.
Now, FIC or SFU helps the student find a co-op. They have
Yes.
relationship established with companies, right?
Yes, definitely. We have it. So there is a department in SFU. So starting from first day you arrive, if you want to find out more information, you can go there. But recommended time to look co-op, it's your middle of the 2nd year. The reason is because in your first year, you're still kind of not sure exactly about your faculty, you're kind of learning more about it. And while you're doing co-op, it will be related to your degree. When you receive the knowledge, then while you're doing co-op, you can apply the knowledge that you learned.
Right. Makes all the sense in the world.
Yes.
The co-op is so important, I think, to get introduced to the work, to the work market, to the labor market, and also get introduced to the companies. Companies get to know you, you get to know them, and then if it's a right fit, in most cases as it is, then this could be your employer while you're studying and also upon graduation. And that's why 9 out of 10 graduate from SFU have work, months or a few months after graduation, because they've already met those companies, and a lot of them already started working before graduation, and that's very important as well.
Yes, and also you will know how to write the resume according to the Canadian system, how to write the cover letter for the job. For example, if your dream, we had the student who wanted to apply for the Tesla. they've been doing co-op, so they went to the career council and to the co-op center, but then they was like, I want to do co-op in Tesla. They achieved because they had that goal. So, and we had another student who went to Kenya, who did their co-op in Kenya, who studied in the Faculty of Environment. So it's up to you where you want to go, but there's lots of services available. So it's up to you to use that service or not.
Okay, very good. I got a couple of questions, Azara, which I'd like to answer. Mary Miranda Garay is saying, what is ¿cómo es el housing in FIC? What's the housing situation in FIC? So you said you have residents. It's reserved for first-year student. How does that work, and how much it costs?
So it's reserved for all the students, the residents. So there is a few buildings designated only for first year of students. So the reason they, as a few, divided separately, it's called towers, and plus we have the new buildings right now in residence. So you need to apply in advance. I know I mentioned before saying one of the reasons why you need to apply in advance. Whenever you receive the letter of offer from FIC and SFU, please ask Class Education to help you to book housing, because it costs to reserve, it costs $50. So let's say if you're planning on studying in September, so I encourage you to book housing right now. If you book from right now till December, then you'll have high chances of receiving the room in residence for September. Right now, if you're thinking of applying for the January for the housing, I would say it's 50-50. That's why one of the reasons to apply. $50 Canadian, which is not refundable, but you'll be happy when you receive your room.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, now going back to the room. The room is individual. You will have everything what you need to study, to live in a residence. So you have room, desk, huge window, the bed, the fridge. You'll have everything what you need in your room. And you'll have a dining hall. Dining hall which is open 24/7, so you can go there anytime. It's a buffet. You can eat whatever you would like. And right now they're opening up the services for example, let's say, Mary, for example, you like to cook. So you can use the product that dining hall has and cook something right there. So there is available option right there. That's why dining hall is an amazing thing. Of course, the price will be higher than living in a homestay, for example. So right now I can take a look up the price and I can let you know.
Yeah, just so we have an idea of, and housing, homestay would be about $1,200 to $1,500 per month currently, and then we'll see what you tell us about how the residents are usually a little bit more, but they offer more convenience, much closer to campus, obviously, and you live with other students that are also studying either at FIC or at SFU as well.
Yeah. So the price will be the first semester starting from $3,000 to $4,000. And plus you have to buy the meal plan. That's why I wasn't sure about the meal plan, wanted to double check. So meal plan is around $2,300 per semester. So depend on the room, depending on the building, you'll get it, but it's very convenient. And of course it's safe. Everything is on the campus.
Right. So between $5,000 and $6,000 for 4 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
and
divide
of course
that.
You can. Sorry, Bruna.
No, so you divide that; it's about $1,500 per month, including the food, which I think for Vancouver is a good price.
Yes, it's a good price. And also the meal plan that I provided, $2,300, that it's 24/7, 7 days a week. Sometimes if you want, you can choose less option. But I know in the first semester, many students, they try to say, okay, it's better to have more option, or another option, you can live in a homestay. Personally, I did live in a homestay. I know sometimes some students saying, I don't like living in a homestay, but whenever you live in a homestay, you will learn something new about the new culture every day. For example, I lived in an Italian family. but they were born here and they love hockey. And right now, their son, he was mine at that time, but now he playing for the NHL.
Wow.
Yes.
Which team?
New York Islanders.
Wow, amazing.
Yes.
We have another good question from Mary Miranda. Are classes all, can we start online or is it all in person?
Good question, Mary. So we have both options. We have online and in person. Of course, we would like all the students to be here and study in person. Even in online, we do provide two options of online studying. One of them called synchronous. I know you don't need to memorize that. Synchronous, it means as we are right now talking, but in the Zoom, all the students will turn on their cameras, will be interacting in a live session with the professor. So it's synchronous. So it means every Monday from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. you need to be online. Second option is asynchronous, where the instructor will be sending you the recorded material, and after that you'll be meeting with the instructor at the designated time to work on a certain project, or if you have any question, you can ask them. That's why we've been working to provide the convenient service for all the students during the pandemic. But for the September, our goal is to come back 100% in person. Hopefully, it will work out.
Okay, but so right now, you have the options and the students decide?
Yes, students decide.
So if you want to go to school in person, you can. And if you want to do it online from Mexico or from Latin America, you can as well. The price is the same. You save the cost of living in Canada. And so you have flexibility as opposed to other schools right now, which is only 100% in person, right? So this is an interesting model that you're offering there.
Yes, that's why it's up to you. So we will be explaining how to register, and you have the student portal. It's up to you how to decide which classes to enroll. And in the Canadian system, if you guys not familiar, you create your own schedule, which I love that part the most. So you don't need to be in the class Monday to Friday. So you can create your schedule you can study for 2 days, which I don't recommend. So it's better to break down your classes so you have enough time to do your homework.
Correct. Muy buenas preguntas, Mary. If you're interested in finding out more, please do give us your contact information so we can be in touch with you, or take our contact information at the bottom of the page so we can send you further information, and take advantage of the fall discounts because you'll be saving quite a few pesos by doing that.
In addition, I can say that whoever will contact Class Education and book an appointment, I'll be happy to organize a meeting with one of our students from Latin America, depending on the program that you're studying in or you're interested in. For example, if you're interested in business, I will invite the student who is currently studying in business.
Super. Thank you very much for doing that. That's great. We were going to have a testimonial today, but the person was not available. But on the one-on-one, we could have someone from Mexico or from Latin America that's studying at FIC currently or has studied at FIC and can tell you about their experience. Ok, tenemos a Noé Márquez, interesado en Ciencias de la Salud para un posgrado. Noé, eso no lo ofrece FIC, entonces déjanos tus datos. Tenemos esas opciones. También alguien más preguntó hace ratito sobre enfermería. También lo tenemos. Déjenos sus datos y les haremos llegar esta información. Este espacio hoy día es para FIC, pero sí tenemos toda esta información con otra institución. Noé Márquez, gracias por darnos tu correo. Ya estaremos en contacto contigo para hacerte llegar la información. También nos dio sus datos René Manuel Gutiérrez. Así que muchas gracias, René. Estaremos en contacto contigo. Aprovechan, Torbe, ya estamos por terminar el webinar. Si alguien quiere hacer una pregunta o si alguien quiere dejarnos sus datos en la plataforma, la red social donde se encuentran, hay un formato que pueden llenar, hacernos llegar esas informaciones y estaremos en contacto con ustedes en los próximos días. También pueden tomar los datos de clase que aparecen allá en la pantalla. Ajar, I'd like to talk quickly about financing options, because in this pandemic, which has been very hard on many people in many countries, there are options to finance your studies, and I'd like to talk about this. I'll say it in Spanish. It's easier, it's faster. Para los interesados en asuntos para financiar sus estudios en el extranjero, existe una opción para hacer eso, tanto para pagar sus costos de colegiatura, pero también su costo de vida en Canadá hasta el 100%. Es un proceso rápido, sencillo. Pueden financiar desde el 20% de sus estudios hasta el 100%, incluyendo los costos de vida aquí. Es un plazo desde 6 meses hasta 5 años. Ellos les hacen un estudio socioeconómico rápido. Es un proceso en línea, sin compromiso ninguno, con tasas de interés competitivas. Y lo más interesante es que el monto se financia en pesos mexicanos. Es decir, si se les presta un monto en pesos y si a lo largo del tiempo va cambiando la tasa, el monto de su préstamo no va a cambiar nunca, se congela en peso mexicano. Entonces puede ir haciendo los pagos mensuales hasta por 5 años, que son 60 meses, ¿no? Entonces, si les interesa eso, escríbenos a info@classeducation.com, les pondremos en contacto con ellos. Aquí en la pantalla tienen unos ejemplos nada más, ¿no? Que si fuera un préstamo por 175,000 pesos, a 24 meses sería un pago mensual de 9,726 pesos. Y si fuera por 36 meses, el pago mensual baja tantito a 7,340 pesos, y así hay más ejemplos en la pantalla. Pero digamos que es una opción para no detenerse, no esperar. Sabemos que la crisis de esta pandemia ha sido difícil para el flujo de muchos, entonces es una opción más que les puede apoyar y que les puede permitir iniciar ya esos procesos y no detenerse, y aprovechar ya esos tiempos donde la economía está en un mal estado y quizás no hay tanto trabajo. Entonces es buen momento para formarse, para prepararse para la salida de esta pandemia. ¿Ok? Muy bien. Okay, pues it's already 7:08 here in Vancouver, Azara, and it's getting dark outside, and it's 8:08 in Mexico. Mexico changed time last week, but we are changing the time to the winter time next Saturday. So for the time being, we only have 1 hour difference. Usually we have 2 hours difference with Mexico. Yes. So it's a little bit earlier for us, for Mexico, sorry. And also today in Mexico is the second day of the Dead. And I'm sure lots of people want to go eat their bread, their special Day of the Dead bread. So I won't keep you much longer. Azara, I want to thank you for your time with us today, for all the information.
Thanks to you.
All the information you shared with us. Thank you very much. FIC, SFU, una alianza única, no? A very strong alliance between two big institutions that help preparing the students to enter such a great university, one of the top university in Canada, and also one of the top 1% university in the world, and the number 1 comprehensive university in Canada. So if anyone else is interested, please do leave us your contact information on the social platform you're in, or simply contact us, and we'll be happy to have Azara with us also on a call if you want to do a call one-on-one with a testimonial person from Latin America who has studied or is currently studying at FIC. We'd be happy to arrange that for you. Okay, Azara, I'll leave you a minute to say a few last words if you forgot something, and with that we'll finish this episode.
Of course, I have lots of things to talk about since I love what I do. That's why I will let you guys go, but I really hope to see you soon in our one-on-one call. Or if you have any questions, please do contact Class Education. And it's been our partner for so many years, and all our students are very happy, and I'll be happy to introduce you to our current students, because we are very close with our students, because the students, whenever they find a job, whenever they receive the A+ in certain subjects, they do share with us. That's why we want you to have all that information. And I think at the end I would like to say thank you so much for finding the time to invest for your future. I think that's very important what you can do to yourself right now. So thank you so much and enjoy your evening. Thank you so much, Bruno, for your time. Hope to see you soon.
Absolutely. We hope to see you back in Mexico soon, maybe not just for a wedding this time, but coming to meet some of our students when the situation allows it. You'll be more than welcome to join us. Lots of people are giving us information. Mary Miranda Garay is giving us some information as well. We will be in touch with you shortly. Thank you very much for being with us today. Zara, thank you for all the information and for the time you spent with us. A great option. FIC, SFU, a winning combination, and we hope that we can serve you soon at the Burnaby or Surrey or downtown campus. 3 big campus for this amazing university in Canada. Muchas gracias a todos. Recuerdan que cada martes normalmente tenemos un Instagram Live. Hoy hicimos un Class Education TV. El próximo episodio de los Instagram Live los martes son las 6 p.m. normalmente. Y hoy, el jueves, tenemos el próximo episodio de Class Education TV, que es a las 7 p.m. hora de México, donde estaremos haciendo lo mismo con otra institución canadiense. Recuerden que no todos los programas están ofrecidos en todas las instituciones, pero si tienen un programa en mente, nos lo dejan saber y les podemos dirigir con las instituciones, las instituciones que lo ofrecen. ¿Ok? Muy bien, pues esperamos sigan sus órdenes. Muchísimas gracias por su tiempo y gracias al equipo de clase por ayudarnos con esta transmisión el día de hoy, el Día de los Muertos. Muy buenas noches a todos. Cuídense y nos vemos el próximo jueves. Thank you, Azara. Have a good night. Have a good evening.